Well. Boy. Seems as if our fears have been confirmed. The Mandalorian producer, no, it says Mandalorian producer, same thing, confirms Din Djarin is no longer the only main character. See, the only issue with this is that we tune in to watch Din and Baby Yoda. So now they're changing things, and we clearly saw it. It was like, wait, what's going on here? Why does he feel like he's becoming a side character? And if this is the case, why are they doing that? I said this in my last review. That I was like, well, am I the only one that feels like he's starting to become like a side character? And it's the Bo-Katan show? Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Doesn't make any sense to me. If they want to move it toward, hey, it's going to go from the Mandalorian to the Mandalorians, I think if written correctly, that could be a great show. But to move him out like they did, and to do that, to make it look like it's her show now, it's like, come on, man. This is what the fans have been talking about. It's been pissing them off in the first place. You give us 2 good seasons, and then you come over and do this. And I like her. But it's like, what are y'all doing? It's like the Knight Rider and Kit, and all of a sudden in the 3rd season, a Knight Rider, it's Bonnie. Wait, Bonnie's the Knight Rider now? Wait, what? It's about her and Devin? Her and Devin in the semi? And you got, like, what the hell is going on? Anyway, The Mandalorian, as a show about Din Djarin and Grogu, though fans have begun asking if this is still the case. Explores more of the Mandalorians as a people instead of just a person. Executive producer Rick Famuyiwa I don't know, has addressed those questions in an interview with IGN. And yes, the fans are right to question it. Turns out, the titular Mandalorian is no longer considered to be just Din. I think that's been interesting as we've been on the journey of the show, and now that we're at this point, is that what does that title mean? He said. I think now with Bo possessing the dark saber, I know that there was a lot of expectations that might have shifted, both in terms of what it meant for Din Djarin, but also for Bo. And what does it mean, he continued. Who is the Mandalorian at this point? And so I think it could be anyone. Sounds like how they were talking at the end of, what was it? I don't know which one it was. But the last, the sequel trilogy for Star Wars, where it was like, it's not just a Skywalker thing. Anybody could be powerful in the Force. It's no longer about the Skywalkers. Anybody can be special. So now it could be anyone. The Mandalorian could be anyone now, huh? Anyone just put the helmet on, huh? And I think that that's what they're trying to define in many ways. Is what does that mean to be Mandalorian? As mentioned by, alright, I'm not trying to pronounce his last name anymore. The last episode of The Mandalorian saw Din step to one side and literally pass the mantle to Bo-Katan. as she took the dark saber and stood ready to unite the Mandalorian people in a fist clench. Well, look, you already know you're irritating the fans yet again. The ratings are crashing. People were seriously pissed off at the last episode. You know, when I was on the Drinkers live stream and we were all talking about stuff, you know, I said, you know, who is responsible for this stuff? You get what I'm saying? Well, speaking to geeks and gamers, because he understands, he watches wrestling, he understands where I was coming from, and I made the point to say, listen, you have a ton of people on the creative team. Say you have 10, 15 people on the creative team for WWE. No matter what the idea is, it could be the greatest ideas of all time. They all still must pass through Vince. He always has the last say. Always. So, is Lucasfilm run like that? Is there one person that everything goes through, with a decision goes through them? Hey, we want to do this, we want to do that, and they're the one that says yay or nay? Or is it a bunch of cooks in the kitchen? Maybe it's only a couple of cooks in the kitchen. Maybe it's 3 cooks. Maybe it's 2 cooks. Maybe it's 5. Maybe it's 15. I want to know who is responsible for everything we've been going through as a whole, as fans of Star Wars. I want to know. Listen, it's driving me Joker mad. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even angry no more. I'm just like, that's it. That's it, man. You know, I just, you know what I'm saying? Drove me mad as a hatter. So, I'm just trying to figure it out. You know, his name escapes me right now. Why does his name escape me? Director of Iron Man. Why is his... I'll get him cheeseburgers. And talking to not Filoni, talking to Tony's daughter. Why can't I think of his name right now? You know, a lot of us were talking. A lot of you were actually talking like he was like, yo, he's the savior, yo. He did Mandalorian, he did it right. Second season was good too. Yo, if they just put him in charge, you know, he's doing his thing. They just keep letting him do it. So, is he making these decisions to do this? Because, you know, people sign on contractually sometimes, you know, for stuff. And, you know, and it's specified in the contract who says what a lot of times. Who gets to say. And sometimes it's like, after you sign on for several amount of years, you got to make those press tours and smile. Yeah, what I think is what we're going to do here is we're going to take it from the Mandalorian that we've grown to love, Djarin, and we're going to bring in other Mandalorians who people already like. We've been introduced to becoming familiar, and maybe the mantle of the Mandalorian will just be passed from family member to family member, being the Mandalorian. And we'll get to see what it's like to be a Mandalorian behind a different helmet, you know? And you got to say it, even though that ain't even what you wanted. But you signed on for the press tours. You know, it gets political in business. You got to sit there and smile. So even when they say stuff on their Twitters and in interviews, it makes me wonder, who's really behind the garbage decisions and who's not? Yeah, you know, I mean, I guess it could be a lot of things, you know. If you pay someone enough, maybe they're just willing to go along with the machine. And, you know, they got bills to pay. They got a legacy they're investing in. They want to take care of their family for generations to come. And they're just like, you know what? don't mind pushing a few bad movies or TV shows and kind of dealing with the hatred that comes with it. It's all worth it later on because my family's taken care of. Like, sometimes I think that's what it is. I'm always thinking in different directions with this stuff, man. You know, or it could be just as bad as what some people think. In other words, everybody involved is in the wrong and making dumb decisions. That could be true. But part of me feels like they all can't be on board with these decisions. They all can't be. Like I said, you know, I've done small projects and movies, and there's decisions that directors made or the creators made with certain things in the script or, you know, shots where I didn't want that. But it's what they wanted. And I went along with it because it's what they wanted. You know what I'm saying? It's okay, well, they're in control, not me. That's all I'm doing to do a job. You know, I thought this shot would have been better or whatever. Yeah, I thought I said it better in this take, but they used a different take. You know what I mean? Like, that happens. But as small as those little things are in the small projects I've been in, there's bigger decisions that are just like that. And I think that's why Henry Cavill left The Witcher. The same type of stuff. He was dealing with big decisions with the script. Big story beats that he just couldn't deal with. And he's a fan of the Witcher books. So it's like he had to go. You got what I'm saying? So how much money or what type of contract makes you stay or leave? See what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, how things get convoluted. And a lot of times you can't even run your mouth about companies you work with because that's in the contract. You can't talk trash. You know what I mean? So, whatever. Anyway, my mind's just spinning and working right now. I hope that your decisions are correct for this season. Because right now it's showing that it's not. I'm a fan. I love the Mandalorian series. But post comment down below. Let me know what you all think. If you enjoyed my thoughts on this, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Do you enjoy these rants I go on? Think you do. 10 million subscribers. Woo. That rhymed, I think, played the game. Bars!